When we left Jake at the end of episode 2, he was returning to his job in the Navy after spending some time on leave cleaning up around his new little farm and returning some favors to a neighboring farmer for their help. After receiving an honorable discharge, Jake was back in town now. He was still living with his parents at home. He hadn't moved out to the farmhouse just yet because he had a couple of issues with some plumbing out there that his dad was going to help him fix a little bit later on. But for now, Jake was headed out to his farm to get his pickup truck. It's August now, and Jake had missed the opportunity to plant in the spring, so he'd decided to see about planting some grass to make some hay. He should be able to sell his hay over the winter to some of the neighboring farms. Someone's always looking for some good quality hay. A couple of the neighbors were already out hard at work harvesting their crops. There's Rick Miller out there harvesting his canola crop. And there's one of Ike Ewing's oat fields. Ike owns quite a few fields in the area, and he does quite well. He's got a lot of really nice equipment, and he normally hires a couple of extra hands around his farm to help out. Maybe a possibility to do a little work there. When Jake got out to the farm, everything seemed to be in pretty good shape. The local neighbors had said they were going to keep an eye on things while he was away. Jake hopped in his truck and headed into town. Ms. Nicholson told Jake she would loan him the use of her tractor and her seeder if he would help her seed her wheat field next month. So he's headed into the co-op to pick up some grass seed. Guys at the co-op recommended a good grass seed for Jake, and they got him all loaded up. But while he was there, he spotted an old used fertilizer spreader there that might be of some use later. Ms. Nicholson had told Jake about a lady who raised chickens and was willing to sell him some chickens to get him started. So Jake decided he'd go see her this afternoon when he got finished up work. Back at his farm, Jake was ready to get the seeder filled and get to work. It shouldn't take too long to seed this field because this seeder has a pretty wide spread. With any luck, he should be able to get a good first cut in November before the first frost, and with some good weather, another cut around late February or early March. Over the winter, Jake hopes to pick up a little contract work around the area and wants to talk to a few of the neighbors and do some research to figure out what would be the best crops for him to plant come springtime. After getting all the seed planted, Jake took a good hard look at the old Ford tractor to try to get it running again. Jake worked on that tractor well into the evening, but just couldn't get it to run. It would start, but it just wouldn't run. He's going to have to take a real hard look at that fuel pump tomorrow. Early the next morning, Jake decided to go ahead and pull that fuel pump, take it over to the shop, and let them have a look at it. Sure enough, that fuel pump had a ruptured diaphragm on it and just wasn't pumping up the pressure. So the shop set about replacing the diaphragm and cleaning that old pump up, while he walked over to the co-op to check on that old fertilizer spreader. Seemed like that thing's in pretty good shape, and the price is right, so Jake went ahead and bought it. He decided to go ahead and pick up some fertilizer, too. Well, Jake got the rebuilt fuel pump on there, so now was the moment of truth. Come on, baby, one more time. Sure was good to get this thing running again. This tractor's still got a few years left in it. Well, the tractor runs okay. Let's check out the spreader now. Hey, this old thing works pretty good. Looks like Jake got his money's worth. Later that afternoon, Jake visited Adrian Hooper's farm. Adrian Hooper had quite a large chicken coop and lots of chickens. She also gave Jake a lot of good advice about the care and feeding of chickens. While he was there, Jake went ahead and bought about 24 of her best laying hens. These hens will get some egg production going soon. Hopefully he'll be able to sell some of his eggs at the weekly farmer's market. Now that Jake had his tractor running pretty reliably now, he offered to cultivate Ms. Nicholson's wheat field before they sowed the seed next month. Of course, she gladly accepted. The tractor didn't seem to have any trouble pulling that cultivator. As the sun sets on another hard day of work, we'll let Jake finish up his field for now, and we'll check back on him a little bit later in the future. But for now, good luck on your farm, Jake. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure and visit the Farm Bubba homepage for more videos. And while you're there, please subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to be notified when a future video posts. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.